This is the Kemove T68C, a 68% layout analog magnetic keyboard. In today's video, we'll assess its build quality, precision, performance, and software. I'd like to thank Kemove for sending this unit for review and giving me complete freedom to express my honest opinion. Let's start with the unboxing. This is a $50 keyboard, positioning it on the budget side in terms of packaging and build quality, but overall it's quite reasonable. Inside the box you get the standard accessories, the keyboard itself, a USB-C cable, keycap puller, and some manuals. As far as I know, there's only one color variant available, this black and red version. Regarding build quality, it's pretty much what you'd expect from a keyboard at this price point. The body is primarily ABS plastic, while the positioning plate is aluminum, giving it a solid sturdy feel and providing a noticeable springiness when typing. The keycaps are also made of ABS with dye sublimated legends. The transparent legends allow a good amount of RGB lighting to shine through, which is helpful in darker environments. The keyboard features adjustable feet, each with rubber padding, preventing unwanted movement during gaming. Additionally, there are 4 more rubber feet that provide stability when the keyboard lies flat. The USB-C port is positioned on the left side, allowing you comfortable use of a coiled cable without it looking awkward. Unfortunately, I couldn't find details regarding the switches used in this keyboard, suggesting Kemove might be using proprietary or OEM switches. They have yellow stems and don't seem to be factory looped, resulting in somewhat scratchy feel. Of course, this issue can easily be addressed by lubing the switches yourself. Let's do a sound test. The stabilizers are plate mounted, and if they're looped at all, it's minimal and hard to detect. The RGB lighting is north facing and impressively vibrant, supporting numerous effects controllable via a dedicated web app, which I'll cover shortly. The 68% layout offers dedicated arrow keys and keys like delete and home, but lacks a dedicated function row. You can still access F-row functionality using the FN key combined with number keys. Now let's talk accuracy and performance. To test accuracy, I used my standard tool, a micrometer, which allows precise measurement of switch actuation. There's good and bad news here. The good news is that the switch settings from the software reflect well in real world. If you set activation at 1mm or rapid trigger at 0.1mm, the lowest possible setting, actuation aligns closely with those values. The bad news, setting the rapid trigger sensitivity below 0.3mm can lead to accidental activations or deactivations. I experienced this issue firsthand while playing Marvel Rivals. Minor finger adjustments occasionally caused unintended character stops. The best workaround is setting the rapid trigger to at least 0.3mm, ensuring reliable and predictable behavior. I attempted recalibration to fix the issue, but it didn't help. A firmware update with better filtering might solve this. Unfortunately, I reached to Kemove for clarification, but received no response. In terms of performance, I employed my standard testing methodology using a Sony RX100 Mark VII camera recording at 1000 frames per second. The setup involved Overwatch 2, displayed on an MSI 3:1 URX OLED monitor with 1 millisecond response time, with the control key bound to scope-unscope actions. I measured the delay from button release to on-screen action. The T68C averaged approximately 30 milliseconds over 10 test runs. It's not the fastest keyboard I've tested, but it's competitive enough, especially given its $50 price point. In my overall keyboard rankings, the T68C placed 28th. However, the difference between first and 28th place is less than 10 milliseconds, a gap you'd unlikely notice in real-world use. Regarding the claimed 8K Hz polling rate, results were mixed. While the keyboard occasionally reaches 8000 Hz, performance was inconsistent across multiple tests, and I couldn't determine if the issue was hardware or software related. consistent 8K Hz performance would look different. Finally, let's address the software, which is browser-based and requires no installation. It's straightforward and easy to navigate, allowing RGB customization, macro recording, and adjustments to actuation and rapid trigger settings down to 0.1mm. The app also features a snap-tap setting, however, I couldn't locate any option to adjust the polling rate. The Kemove T68C offers decent value at $50, featuring vibrant RGB lighting, a solid build, and accurate analog actuation. However, issues like scratching on looped switches and inconsistent rapid trigger below 0.3mm may affect user experience. Performance-wise, it's reliable enough for competitive gaming, though its inconsistent 8K Hz polling rate might disappoint enthusiasts. Overall, it's a good budget option, but could benefit greatly from minor improvements, particularly via firmware updates. Some of the other keyboards you might consider at this price point are definitely Medlion's Med 60 and 68HE and Mcho's 860 and 68 Pro, which will be slightly faster and a lot more consistent with the rapid trigger stability. Thanks for watching, I'm Laserk, and I'll see you soon.